chased our pleasures here, dug our treasures there. But can you still recall the time we cried, break on through to the other side, break on through to the other side.
You're listening to Breakthrough Radio. I'm Jeffrey Benjamin, and you can catch us here every Sunday morning at 9:30 a.m. Just some of the topics you can catch right here on Breakthrough Radio are banishing burnout, overcoming procrastination, using your time more effectively, communicating more effectively. These are just some of the topics you can catch on Breakthrough Radio. And today in the studio, I have Mike Bosma, and Mike is the managing shareholder of the Bosma Group. And Mike's been a certified public accountant specializing in taxation for more than 15 years. Mike founded Bosma Group with the vision of pairing entrepreneurs with world-class tax and accounting professionals. Now, Mike and his team at the Bosma Group are dedicated to assisting taxpayers attain higher levels of success through proactive tax planning and creative restructuring, as well as strategic business solutions. Now, Mike has an in-depth experience in federal and state taxation in the following areas: individual taxation, C corporations, S corporations, partnerships, and multi-state income and sales and property tax. Mike, great to have you in the studio today.
Great to be here, Jeff.
All right, so we're in a real tough economic time. Every time you turn on the television, you flip on the radio, or you turn through any newspaper or magazine, it is doom and gloom out there with economic tough times. And I wanted to get you in here in the studio so that we could talk a little bit about what people could do in order to maybe see this as an opportunity, or how they can get themselves in a position where they can still succeed in a tough economic time. So what are some of the tools that you have for us?
You know, Jeffrey, great questions, and I'll tell you right now, particularly within our client base, one of the things that we're finding is that the people that are really looking hard internally are the ones that are thriving in this downturn. And now you might think thrive and downturn might not coexist in the same sentence, but man, I'll tell you, those people that really are looking for opportunities now, they're getting ahead of the game.
Well, opportunities are out there, and there are plenty of people out there that are successful and making money, so there is a way to do it.
Absolutely. And, you know, the reality is you're in it for the long term. And so by that, I mean, now's the time to make some strategic investments internally so that when things take off again, you're ready to go.
Well, that's one of the cool things about this, too, is because it puts people in a position where they're leaning up, and when things turn really good again, and if they're running lean, they're going to be three times more successful than they were before this economic downturn.
Absolutely. And one of the things that we really aspire to do within our clients alike, you know, is to really help people get ready for that leaning down, and then to be able to assist them in the inward look that's going to help them know where to lean down, and also where to make some expenditures to be ready for success when it's there.
Well, it sounds like maybe one of the tools that come out here is don't bury your head in the sand and be in a state of denial.
Yeah. The way we refer to it at the Bosma Group is if you want to be in denial, go to Egypt. If you want to get busy about business, you know, now's the time. You know, a lot of people, they when things were roaring, you know, they didn't have time to look at their accounting systems or reporting systems. They didn't have time to put effective personnel policies together. They didn't have time to evaluate their customers. Well, guess what? You got time. So now take advantage of the time, redeem the time. Now is the time to be doing these things. And so particularly just to start that is, you look at employees, and when was the last time you revisited your personnel manual, your HR manual?
They probably revisited it only when they wrote it the first time.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you, one of the things that few people know is that if they have independent contractors, that they're required by Nevada revised statute, they're required to cover them for workers' compensation. And they're like an independent contractor. Well, you know, now's the time you're talking with your HR attorney to be able to say, okay, you know, let's really make sure we've got our contracts dialed in with our independent contractors, particularly as people have perhaps gone from full-time to part-time to outsourced, doing the 1099 gig, to be able to make sure that you've got your bases covered, because I'll tell you what, there's a lot of people out there looking for money, our state being chief among them. So you don't want to be able to be hit with a big surprise. One of I know our jobs as consultants is to avoid surprises. And so, yeah, just one example, you know, a lot of people don't know, hey, if I've got an independent contractor that, hey, I pay him what I pay him and that's it. Well, no, it's got a little bit of a legacy to it. You're going to get rung up for workers' comp. So, but the other thing really, Jeffrey, about employees is now is a great time to really come up with performance plans for your employees, compensation plans for your employees, to make sure there's a nexus or a connection between performance and pay. And because there's a soft market out there, I think most employees are really willing to say, okay, what do I need to do to help the company be successful? Because it's not like it was a couple of years ago. Well, hey, if this gig doesn't work, I'm going to go somewhere else. Well, now it's like, you know what? I got skin in the game. I got to make this thing work. So you've got really people that are bought into making that company successful from the ground up.
Great points. And when we come back from break, we're going to be hearing more from Mike Bosma on opportunities in tough economic times. Breakthrough Radio.
This week's tip is to constantly strive for greatness. Now that you've made a commitment to start exercising, it's time to give it all you've got and go for greatness. When you do anything in life, always give it your best. If you make it a goal to always give 100% effort, you'll be able to lay your head down at night knowing you succeeded. My measurement of success is just that, giving it my best. So I challenge you to be the very best parent you can be, the best friend, the best employee, or best teammate. If you want to be the best in anything, you will likely need to have a great deal of stamina, and this comes from being physically fit. Fitness drives all other aspects of life. It's like the engine to the car. It's what will give you the endurance and resilience to face life's toughest challenges. Make a commitment today to give your best to all you do. Visit us on the web at fontanafitness.com or call 331-6918 to set up a free consultation with one of our certified fitness professionals.